Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi. Amma ba'd. The remaining two, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this refers to the wayfarer or a traveler. What is sabil? Before we go further on explaining about this wayfarer refers to, don't you then realize that our life here in this world, we are all wayfarer? We are all strangers in this world. The nature of the one who is a stranger in a place or some place he is not happy with. There is an apprehension. There's a fear. Because he does not belong to this place. All of us in this world, we are strangers. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Kun fid dunya ka'annaka gharibun wa 'abiris sabil." Wa 'abiris sabil. Idan la yanbaghi lil insan an yakuna aw yaj'al nafsahu hayatahu fi hadhihi dunya maskanan da'im aw watanan da'im aw yatamatta'u fihi li'anna lam tajid ar-rahah fi hadhihi dunya. This life in this world, indeed you cannot find that so-called tranquility and peace of mind. We are only in this world as a stranger, as a traveler, because we have a certain purpose, we have a certain task that we must fulfill, and this is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to enjoy what is right and forbid what is wrong. This is mandated to us as a believers to fulfill and remember His Lord whenever He falls in doing something. وَعَبِرِ السَّبِيلِ, the one who came to you, he came from a very far away. He does not belong to a place where he belongs. You have to treat them well. Be kind to them. I think I mentioned here from the last khutbah we delivered here that according to the hadith Qudsi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala came to His servant and He asked for some food, for some drink, for some cloth, and the servant of Allah declined and refused to offer something. And then when one of the Sahaba asked the Prophet of Allah, "Oh Prophet of Allah, how can we feed, how can we give something to Allah when He is the Lord of the universe?" That's not the meaning of the hadith. The meaning of the hadith is a one who came to you, the one who is poor and needy, a traveler who needs any help, but you declined and you refused. Why did you share something? Because this something that you have, this is actually for you. Ma naqasat malu min sadaqatin, aw kama qala alayhi salatu wasalam. If you give something, you share something, nothing decreases from your wealth. But the fact is increases and doubled and multiplied, because this is for you. You will gain this the day of judgment. And this is a trust of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your wealth is not yours. The wealth that you possess right now, the position that you possess right now, is only a trust of Allah. That you have to share it, to give it. You to give zakat to the poor, because this is the rights of your wealth upon you. To clean your wealth, to cleanse your wealth, and the right of Allah upon you. This is Islam, teaching us, reminding us how to be good to one another, to treat them one another. Nowadays, Islam has become the most, has become the most misunderstood religion. And the term Muslim has become the most abused term because of the so-called stereotyping. When you hear the word Islam, Islam is a religion of terror. When you hear the Muslim, a terrorist. Because of the media, because of the West, because also some of the perpetrators among the Muslims who abused Islam, practicing to be Muslims,
but the fact is that he is not practicing to be a Muslim. He abused to be a Muslim. As a mentor and example, he follows his laws. Muslim nowadays living in a chaos, devastating. This the so-called. Sometimes we cannot even, practice within ourselves, within the kuffar, because they the one blamed us. If we put really practice Islam within ourselves, you will see these people, how will they appreciate Islam? How will they enter Islam? Only because of us. We need to ask ourselves. Imam Shafi'i said, "Na'ibu zamanana wa'ibu fina." We are complaining. We are talking about something what is happening to our situation nowadays. And if you ask yourself, you will then realize that we are now in this very unexplainable situation of the Muslim Ummah, very impoverished. It's because of our forehands and our deeds shows. The last is the verse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said in this Surah Nisa, verse 36 of the Holy Quran, وَمَا مَلَكَتْ أَيْمَانُكُمْ. This refers to the women or the captives, not only the women but the captives during the war of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, that when you got them, stayed with you, to treat them well and be kind to them. This is actually in general in common. We can say also nowadays, we have these people who happen to live with us. We gave compensation, we paid to them. And in return of their service, they are our helpers, our mates in the house. We should treat them well, be kind to them. All of us, I think, Ya Ummat al-Islam, there are some non-Muslims living with us. Why don't we ask ourselves, why don't we have an opportunity to share them about Islam? To convey what Islam is all about. Anyway, the one who gives guidance is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Our only task is only to convey the message. But the fact is that how can you convince them? How can you pursue them to believe? To challenge them to accept Islam? To accept Islam? Nay, they cannot see with your aspects of work or your deeds and actions towards them. Therefore, there is something need to be improved within ourselves, within our faith, within our practicing to be a Muslim. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to belong us among those who hears the ayat, the teachings of the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad and place them in their hearts, put them into actions. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us more strength to practice Islam, to be a real and good practicing Muslim. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive us for our deeds and to forgive our forefathers. ألا وإن الله ورسوله يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما كثيرا اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وأذل الشرك والمشركين والكفر والكافرين ودمر أعداء الدين في كل مكان اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه اللهم اصلح ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا وأصلح دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا وأصلح آخرتنا التي فيها معادنا واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وذنوب آبائنا وأمهاتنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم أنت القوي ونحن ضعفاء إليك أنت الغني ونحن فقراء إليك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم انصر المسلمين والمسلمات وانصر المجاهدين والمجاهدات في كل مكان الذين يجاهدون في سبيلك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام لإعلاء كلمتك يا ذا الجلال والإكرام لك الحمد والشكر لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحانك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين وأقيموا السلام